Welcome, everyone. This is Jared Ambeau, owner of the Ambeau Law Firm and founder of Trial Alliance, and this is the issue number 30. Our topic for the day is I don't know. Well, what does that mean? Well, interestingly enough, one of the things I've been thinking about a lot lately is this idea that I don't know the answers to all of the questions, right? I know that that seems kind of strange, but here's the point. When I became an attorney 10 years ago, when I went to law school and then became an attorney 10 years ago, one of the things that I came to terms with pretty quickly in the law is that it's really okay to say, I don't know. It's really okay to say, I don't know the answer to that question. I'm not sure what's going on here. I don't have the answer yet, but I'll find it. Those kind of things. In the law, in the practice of the law, that's a really normal thing, right? It's expected, in fact, in this profession for people to say, I don't know. But there are a ton of professions out there where that's not the case. Sales professions, public service people, in the restaurant business, I don't know, just is a terrible answer to questions sometimes. And so I got conditioned for many, many years to not say that, right? To make stuff up and wing it. I would say I sold wine for years, and one of the things I would tell people about selling wine was, and I had a lot of information, but a lot of the waiters didn't, and I would tell them, just make it up. 99% of the people you're selling wine to have no idea what you're talking about. Just make it up. Just say whatever comes to mind. Like, use the terms that you know and use what you know about this grape varietal and get real close. And the people that you're selling to will be like, oh, cool, that's awesome. And then when you follow up with them 10 minutes later and you're like, did you taste that cherry blossom on that? And they'll be like, yeah, man, that was incredible. It was right on the top of the palate. No one knows where the cherry blossom is on that bottle of wine. And so that's the business I was in, and I was conditioned to do that, and I was conditioned my waiters to do that, right? But when I got in the law business, it was pretty clear that, look, man, don't tell a judge anything you don't actually know. Don't be an idiot. Tell the truth. Say what's accurate, and if you don't know, then your answer is, I don't know, judge. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't have that answer yet, but I can get it for you. Making a misrepresentation is the cardinal sin. Not keeping your word, right? Your word's all you have in the courtroom, and it's all you have professionally, right? Even if another attorney calls you and asks you a question you don't know the answer to, you start making nonsense up. You're not going to be in business very long, because what you have is your word, right? And when you say things to people in a professional environment, they have to know that what you're saying is true, right? And so when you don't know, it's the best answer is always just, I don't know, and let me get back to you, and I'll find the answer and let me get back to you. So in my profession, it's pretty easy. But in a lot of professions, it's not. Well, I say that, right? And so that's in like the personal communication back and forth. And the truth is that I still have an issue with it, because until about February of last year, I couldn't recall the last time I'd read a business book, or a book on personal growth, or a book on spirituality, or a book on my relationship, or a book on love, or a book on communication, or a book on trial work, right? I mean, every once in a while I'd pick one up and I'd get them a little thing here, a little morsel there, a little information here. But I've read 45, 50 books, or portions of books. I don't do a whole lot of reading entire books, but I've read portions of 45, 50, 55 books in the last year. And when I say portions, I mean 80 or 90%, or maybe I'll skip a chapter and go to a better chapter and read that, and, kind of considering what information I'm looking for. And then I'll go back to books and read, like, I didn't read this chapter last time, or I'll read a chapter over again and get another insight. But I've done a ton of looking and found so much information out there that I just didn't even, quite frankly, really even know existed, about how to run a business and systems and operations and controls, or how to have an effective communication with my wife, or spirituality. Books on meditation, books on stoicism and reading about stoicism. Tim Ferriss's books about 4-Hour Body, and about thinking I knew what I was doing in the gym, and then learning like an amazing amount of information about exercise and about diet and all those kinds of things. And so I don't know is one of my favorite things to say these days, right? Is I don't know, right? And one of my favorite things to do is to find somebody that does know and ask them a question. You've been here before. What do you think about this? You've done this before. What do you think? What's your guidance? Look, I'm getting ready to go on this diet. What do you think about that? What's your guidance on this? You've been down the road before. Or I'm getting ready, I'm starting this business, this coaching business, this training, teaching, coaching business for lawyers. What does that mean? What can you give me a piece of information about that? How can I be effective at that? You've done this in another environment, but I can use some of the information that you have, because why? because I don't know, right? Because I've not done it myself. So that's my message today is, where is it that you don't know? And are you saying I don't know in times where you need to? And are you looking for those mentors and those coaches and those people out there that have been there before, that have been in the environment, have been in a similar environment, have been in something that's close to what you're doing, and can talk to you and say to you, I do know, right? Here's my advice. Here's a piece of information for you. Here's some of what can get you through that a little bit better, a little more effective. And this is, and so I invite you, because I've learned so much in the last year by saying I don't know. I would invite you to take a look at saying I don't know as well, and figuring out where in your life that you can say I don't know, and pick something up and learn something from it. So that's my message today. I appreciate you coming by, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you.